Two people book the exact same hotel room. Same hotel, same night, same window, same bed, same tiny shampoo bottles. Tyler pays $289. Marcus pays $161. Neither of them got a wrong price. Each man was quoted the number a piece of software predicted he would accept. And the software was right about both of them, because both of them clicked book. A hotel room doesn't have a price. Not the way a candy bar has a price. It has a range, and where you land inside that range gets recalculated constantly by software whose entire job is to find the most you will pay without walking away. We're going to keep this fair. We'll count every dollar, name who profits at every step, and give the industry its honest defense before we're done. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how the machine decides what you pay for a room, the 3 signals that decide which number you're shown, and the booking routine that reliably puts you on Marcus's side of that split screen. This channel doesn't do outrage. Today we run the actual math. Now, Tyler isn't lazy. Tyler thinks he's beating this system. He opens 5 tabs, he compares. He finds the room marked down from $340 to $289, next to a red banner that says only 2 rooms left at this price. He books fast and feels like a sniper. Here's the problem. Those 5 tabs mostly resell the same inventory at coordinated rates, so the comparison was theater. The $340 he beat is an anchor price whose job is to make $289 feel like winning. And that urgency banner? In 2019, UK regulators got 6 of the biggest booking sites, including Booking.com, Expedia, Hotels.com, and Trivago, to formally commit to stop pressure tactics like false scarcity pop-ups and misleading strike-through discounts. Regulators went after those banners for one reason. They work, and they work hardest on people who feel like they're winning. Tyler was handed the sensation of a deal. The sensation was the product. Because the question Tyler never asked is the only one that matters. He asked what the room costs. The system was answering a different question the whole time. What does this specific person on this device at this moment appear willing to pay? This is called revenue management. American Airlines built it after deregulation in the late 1970s to fill seats at the highest price each seat could carry, and hotels adopted it wholesale. The machine reads 3 signals. Timing, meaning how far out you book and which night you arrive. Demand, meaning how full the hotel already is and what's happening in town that week. And channel, meaning where you shop and how you behave while you're shopping. The rate moves every time any of those dials moves. Again and again, sometimes several times in a single day, before you ever pack a bag. The room isn't being priced, you are. So if you've ever booked a trip and then felt sick watching the same room get cheaper a week later, you're not bad at finding deals and you're not careless. You were bidding blind in an auction nobody told you was happening, against software that has studied millions of bookings worth of behavior. You brought a hunch to a math fight. That's an information gap, not a character flaw. And information gap's close. Let's put real numbers on it. First, the floor. The direct cost of servicing one more occupied night at a typical mid-scale hotel, meaning cleaning, laundry, supplies, and utilities, runs somewhere around $30 to $50. Everything above that line is negotiable margin. A hotel would rather take $110 for a room than let it sit empty and earn $0. Second, the ladder. Watch what one room on one night can cost depending on when it's bought. Booked 3 months out for a Tuesday arrival, $161. Booked 3 weeks out after a conference gets announced downtown, $214. Booked 5 days out for a weekend with the city at 85% occupancy, $289. Walk in at 9 at night with visible desperation, and you meet the rack rate, $340. These rungs are illustrative, but the shape of that ladder is exactly how these systems behave. Third, the gap compounded. Tyler's booking habits cost him $128 more per night than Marcus. On one 5-night trip, that's $640. 2 trips a year for 10 years, and the gap is $12,800 before we invest a single dollar of the difference. Hold that thought for the scoreboard. So who's holding the strings? Name them. The revenue management software. Platforms like Ideas and Duetto sell hotels one promise, which is extracting more revenue per room. The metric the entire industry runs on is called RevPAR, revenue per available room. Notice what's missing from that metric. You are. The booking sites. The big online travel agencies take roughly 15 to 25% commission on every booking, and that commission lives inside your price. When you book through the middleman, you fund the middleman. And the interface itself. The strike-through anchor, the countdown clock, the 2 rooms left. In 2012, the Wall Street Journal reported that Orbitz was steering Mac users toward more expensive hotels, since its data showed Mac owners spent up to 30% more per night. In 2014, researchers at Northeastern University documented steering across major travel sites, including tests where some users were quietly shown pricier hotels at the top of their results. To be precise, that's steering, arranging what you see, rather than proof of different prices on the identical room. It doesn't need to be more than that. The screen you book on works like a commissioned salesperson. Now, the honest defense, because there is one. Dynamic pricing is the reason a $95 room exists in January. Fixed pricing doesn't mean everyone pays the low price. It means everyone pays a blended price, so flexible travelers end up subsidizing the peak weekend crowd. An empty room is pure waste, and this system fills empty rooms. Airlines, hotels, concerts, the same math genuinely keeps off peak travel cheap. So no, this isn't a scam. The system runs an auction, and the auction has real benefits. The problem is that only one side knew the bidding was open. We're just leveling the table. Let's check the scoreboard. Tyler and Marcus each take 2 trips a year, 5 nights each. 10 hotel nights annually at their usual rates. Year 1. Tyler spends $2,890 on rooms. Marcus spends $1,610. The gap is $1,280. Year 5. Tyler's cumulative room spend is $14,450. Marcus is at $8,050, and he's been investing the $1,280 difference every year at an assumed 7% average return. His side account is sitting around $7,400. Year 10. Tyler has spent $28,900 and has nothing to show for it but loyalty program emails. Marcus took the same 10 trips and slept in the same rooms, and he also has roughly $17,700 sitting in an index fund, generated entirely by how he booked. Same vacations, same beds, and one of them got paid to understand the system. Here's the rule, and it travels way beyond hotels. A price you're shown is a prediction about you. Break the prediction, and you break the price. So here's what actually works. Marcus's booking routine, step by step. Step 1. Check the price in a private window, logged out. Then check it logged in with the hotel's free membership. Major chains push member-only rates specifically to claw bookings back from the commission sites. So the member price is often the true floor, and the gap between your 2 checks tells you how aggressively that property prices. Step 2. Use the middleman as a search engine, never as a cash register. Find the room on the booking sites, then go to the hotel's own site or call the front desk and ask them to match it. The hotel keeps the 15 to 25% it would have paid in commission, and you often get the match plus an upgrade or perk because you just became their cheapest customer to acquire. Step 3. Book a refundable rate, then keep shopping. A refundable booking is a free option. Set a rate alert, and if the price drops before your trip, rebook and cancel. You've turned their repricing machine into your repricing machine. Step 4. Control the signals you leak. When your dates can flex, aim for the night's demand is lowest, and let the latter work in your favor instead of against you. And don't hammer the same listing over and over while logged in across every device you own. You already know the machine is watching how you shop. 4 steps, 15 extra minutes per trip. That's the entire fee for switching sides of the split screen. And here's the part nobody thinks about. The hotel finished pricing you before you ever left home. The airport starts pricing you the second you walk through those doors. And it isn't even trying to make money on planes. That's the next video in this series. If you want the rest of the machine mapped, you know what to do.